What's the most useless thing you own? I've never got rid of a broken laptop. Over the past decade or so I've managed to rack up 5 of them that I've somehow convinced I'll one day do something with. As if anyone's just waiting for me to show up with a 2008 HP with a broken keyboard and a wobbly power socket. I moved house earlier in the year and, rather than doing the sensible adult thing and taking the opportunity to throw them out, I brought the fuckers with me. Hey, I still have an old laptop someone let me borrow when I broke mine. I went to return it and they were like, just keep it. I don't really want it. I looked into it, and the thing is from 2002. 512 megabytes of RAM. Like 32 gigabytes of storage. I still play with it, but it is so old it won't connect to my router at home anymore. If you care, you can buy a compatible router and connect it to your new router and use it as an access point. We do that at work for electronics that don't work with some new routers. A comb. I'm hairless. Hairless is such a funny way to describe a bald person for some reason. My first thought was like a human version of those hairless cats. Look up alopecia. I am the human version of those hairless cats, aka Sphinx cats. I was going to suggest grow a beard and comb it, but if not, then get a pet and comb it. 6 or 7 pillows that live on my couch. If I want to sit or lay down, the first thing I have to do is move a bunch of pillows so I can relax in comfort. Where do I put them? Do I have to put them back when I'm done? How much was spent on these comfort obstacles? Son of a... This is quite possibly my biggest gripe with my wife. It drives me nuts that if I need to sit down I have to take 6 pillows off the couch. Then she gets mad at me like I need to accommodate the pillows and leave them on the couch. I love that term, comfort obstacles. I spent a fucking shitload of money on getting 2 separate master's degrees. So them equally. And then doing something completely different than your degrees. To quote my professor, if you do not end up working in a completely unrelated field 10 years down the line, what was even the purpose of your master's degree? Quote. A large didgeridoo made out of tree limb that I bought when I was in Australia and had shipped back to the US. I cannot play it, and it just sits there. Edit. This is it. How can you not play it? He didgeridoo don't know how. Good thing I just learned this. You deserve it. Tomato, 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 tomato. A buckle from a former landlord. I ran an apartment in Russia for a year. When I moved back to France I gave them some foie gras I still had. He was really happy and after searching something for a few seconds, he just took his buckle off and gave it to me so I would remember him. He was a nice guy. I keep this buckle in a drawer. I still have my Blockbuster card. Same, I have a pocket in my purse for cards that will never be used because the companies have closed, like Blockbuster, Game Station, Woolworths, JJB, Toys R Us. Sometimes I like to look at them and feel sad. Whoa, Woolworths is a long time now. Laughs in Australian. A broadsword and shield. I'm not a reenactor. These aren't hanging on my wall. Not sure why I still keep them in the garage. In case of sudden Viking incursion, open garage. On the other side of the sword and shield there's a gun safe. Why not have a sword and shield? It's cool as hell to just have it. A bunch of sweaters and hoodies. I live on an island country and it doesn't get cold at all. Same here, I purposely seek out places with really cold aircon so that I can wear my jackets. In Texas, as soon as it dips below like 60 you see people breaking out ridiculous bubble coats. From Alaska and live in Houston now. I live for the 60-degree days I get to use my extensive sweater collection. a test paper from 2009 that I accidentally brought home from school, and now I can't give it back. You could recycle it, or do what I'd, burn them, or eat it. A brand new shower head. I only have one shower. It's perfectly fine. I'm still not sure why I bought it. If it makes you feel better, about 3 weeks ago I did the exact same thing. I also am not sure why I bought it. Goddamn shower industry and their mind control at it again. You could call it brainwashing. My mom, bless her, once bought me a pencil case made entirely out of zips, so you can unzip it from every possible angle. ETA. Oh no, my mom definitely is not useless. Weird wording. I have one of those. It's great until my desk mate asks me if they all work, and when I say yes, then they check. Then they will, at a later date, open every single zip when I'm not looking and everything falls out. Haha, to be fair, the unzipping of all the zips is the best part of owning one. I own a useless box. The one with the switch that causes one side to open and a small metal arm to pop out and turn itself off. I fucking love it. My brother gave my kids one as a gift. Got a little use and then the littlest one pulled a wire off it so it doesn't work. I can fix the electronics, but there's something weird about having a useless box on my workbench now awaiting a careful repair. A yodeling pickle. Please elaborate. You ever seen a pickle? Alright, now picture that pickle high in the Alps. Piagla. My pancreas. A small drawer of random things I haven't used in at least 10 years. I am not willing to throw away the contents of this drawer, because maybe one day I would need to use one of those random things. Realistically though, I will never use any of them ever again. As soon as I would throw one out of those things away, I would somehow need it a few days later. Oh yeah? We all got the drawer. Mine has charger cables for phones that don't exist anymore, pins, screws, semi-broken pens and hot glue sticks. When doing a deep clean of my house earlier this year, I found that I had 4 such drawers. So I decided to get rid of some shit and got down to 2. Plus 1 electronics bin for all the cables and old phones and tablets and digital cameras, etc. Exercise bike, collecting dust in the basement. Exercise bike, you mean my sports utility clothing rail? I bet 90% meet the same fate, if not more. Often found in guest bedrooms with clothes draped on them. Literally the stationary bike downstairs right now, sitting in the guest bedroom, serving as a rack for freshly ironed clothes. My other 3 wine glasses. They're useful for when you break one, then another, then another. I only have 1 left now, and I'm not looking forward to the day I have to buy another set. Edit. To answer a few repeated comments. I don't live in America, so Dollar Tree is no good to me. But there are a ton of places I could buy or steal a single wine glass from. So I'm good. Although I do only have 1 wine glass left. I never use it anyway. I just use the nearest glass to hand. I figured OP's comment was mostly a play on the whole lonely Reddit user has no friends meme, and I wanted to jump on board with it for funsies. I'm glad I'm not the only one with just 1 wine glass. If you break that last one, you can just drink straight from the bottle. A nightlight that makes the original PS1 sound. I don't need it. I don't need a nightlight, but the sound is cool. Edit. Since I'm masked, it's a standing light. Here's a link to it. I bought it from another store that does not sell them consistently and was probably just a one-time deal, but I got it on sale for $4. Half-price books if anyone wants to check. You just push it down on the top, the light turns on and it plays for about a second or 2 of the sound. I need a nightlight that makes the PS2 invalid disc error sound effect at random intervals at night. You're a monster. Here's a YouTube link to the PS1 sound for convenience. A hip flask with the name Keith written on it. My name isn't Keith. That's the flask's name, Dumbo. I've got this useless hair on my head named Waldo, and he's never around when I need him. Be nice. Waldo is preventing you from being Baldo.
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox.